For those of you who clicked on this thinking that this was going to be a holiday shorty, that ain't the case. Besides, it's December 14th and I don't feel like talking about anything holiday related, just before I talk about the Beauty and the Beast Christmas special. That's common. But I did stumble across a Disney cartoon that brought me back to my love for the character Paul Bunyan. This short takes the clever approach of having 3 different characters recount their time knowing this guy. I like it because it establishes how the character came to be, how people would look back on a guy they knew, and then intertwine fact with fiction. In this case, it's a giant lumberjack with the voice of Tony the Tiger.
Hey, what's the idea?
I expect him to inspire the other lumberjacks to eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes, find the tiger in them, and then decimate their natural landscapes. They're great? Jokes aside, I think the animation is pretty spot on. At a time when Disney was in transition onto a faster and cheaper budget, I appreciate a lot of what this short does. The animation on Bunyan swinging incorporates the perspective and foreshortening. Granted, they recycle this animation to no end, but it's not the point of annoyance. I also like that this short takes an interesting approach to its ending. Since a lot of the stories of Paul Bunyan change, based on who's telling it, there are a lot of versions where he beats technology and eventually retires on his own accord. However, in this version, there's a contest between him and a steam-powered buzzsaw, and he loses. Yeah, rather than have the hero come out on top, Paul Bunyan loses. Part of me likes this because it acknowledges that technology wins, and then in some cases, the lumber company that Bunyan was a part of is that same progress that the technology is contributing to, showing that even heroes lose and give the character a more relatable touch. Ideally, that's why American folklore incorporates tall tales, blending the line between what a gifted man or woman can do. While there's no specific man, Midwestern lumberjacks and loggers talked about this tall guy who was really good at his job. Over time, they gave him the really big fish treatment, and exaggerated him to a giant with a blue ox cleaning out forests and carving mountains in his path. Seriously talking about this guy really wants me to see a movie about him. A good movie. Remember that lame 90s film with Patrick Swayze as Pico's Bill? Yeesh. I really do want to see a good movie with this character. You got this guy who's larger than life, inspiring progress and innovation while holding true to the values of inner strength. All the makings of a really good movie. Starring a great lumberjack with a giant blue ox, but hey, that ain't far off from a lot of the Marvel movies these days. Get Pixar on it. I don't know if anybody knows this, but growing up, I loved this character as much as I've loved Spider-Man. In some ways, he's a folklore character, and it makes sense that they would praise him like a superhero, since in many respects, he's basically a superhero. Granted, the American tall tales were about taking the working man or woman and mystifying people who did exist, but then making them seem bigger than they actually are. And in some ways, that's what they did for this short. Disney did an impressive job at telling his story, later screwing it up, but then again, who knows? Maybe there's a great adaptation that can come out of this. But in the meantime, you should really check this short out.